Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our second episode of TaeTalkTV. As you can see, there are only two of us, and that is because coronavirus has, caused a little ruckus. And so people are practicing social distancing, and so we are as well. And we hope you are too. But with me, I have Jordy.
What's up?
And of course, why not start by talking about coronavirus?
CV.
Yeah, I remember when I first started hearing about coronavirus, I didn't know what to think of it. I feel like we've had a few scares in the past with like H1N1, swine flu, Ebola,
bird flu,
all of that. So when I first started hearing about it, I didn't think too much of it. But I'm curious to know, like, what did you think of it when you first heard about it, and what are your feelings now?
Well, I don't know. When I first heard about it, I didn't really care because I don't really watch news in general. So for real, I was just like, coronavirus, okay, whatever. People are getting sick. What's new? People are always sick. So I honestly didn't think too much of it. And then when like cases were building and stuff, I still was like, although the media was like presenting it as if it was such a problem, I was like, well, they said only 9 people died in China out of 4 billion. Like, why are we concerned, But yeah, I was just really confused why it was so hyped up. But now I'm like, oh, okay, I see, And it's just weird to see how scared everybody is.
Look.
And gullible.
Yeah, I 100% agree. You and I have had conversations about it where, it's like, I felt like it was one of those things that started off as just like, oh, coronavirus. And then like day by day, the panic just like increased drastically when people were just like, shit, like now you have to worry about not only you getting it, but like passing it on to other people and the elderly and the children. And so then it was like, okay.
Which is every virus.
And so, I don't know. I don't know. And now I just feel like I want to be safe. Obviously, I want my friends and family to be safe. My grandma, my nieces and nephews, and my godson. I want everyone to be safe. But I do feel like the panic, while I understand, I just feel like people think so irrationally when it comes to things like this. And so people who are buying up a whole bunch of toilet paper and essentials, all the things that
I want to comment on that.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous, and it's like I get it, but like you're being so selfish. So yeah, what were you?
Okay, so with the toilet paper thing, I was just thinking like rationally in general, and I was thinking like, okay, toilet paper is like 2 feet by like 3 feet. It's kind of big. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So in general, on like a regular day, you can't really stock that much toilet paper in general at a store. For real, when you think about it. Mm-hmm. It takes up a lot of space. So, I mean, theoretically speaking, if 20 people come in the store and want toilet paper, 9 times out of 10, by the end of the day, the toilet paper will be gone. But granted, we got 1,000 people wanting toilet paper, so it takes less than a half a second. So it seems like, I feel like the media, once again, I feel like they blow it up to make it seem like it's this big deal. Mm. But when you think about it, it's just like, well, if they buy 24 packs, I mean, it's only 3 that can be in the what is it called, on the shelf in the first place.
Yeah. No, and I totally get that. I just feel like social media, you just see how people are responding, mm-hmm. and then you see the videos of people like not making light of it, but like fighting old people for toilet paper, and then like just grabbing an enormous amount of just like toilet paper towels, wipes, like just wiping people out, and it's just this one person.
I think it's a trend too. Like panic, I feel like at this point the panic is a trend. Like they're trying to, like, okay, this person bought 20 rolls of toilet paper. I'm gonna stack my thing so I can be like, nah, what? Mm-hmm. I got 50 rolls. What y'all gonna do? Who want this toilet paper?
I'm really ready
Make
for it.
Make it a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, that's what we do. But still, you get the point.
And that's another thing, I feel like hype, like just everybody wanting to be involved or want to know more than the other person, or at least appear like they know more than mm-hmm. someone else. So everyone's a scientist now on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
A conspiracy theorist.
A conspiracy theorist. And, you know, like, of course, I have my thoughts, too. Like, I don't completely trust the government, everything that they're telling us. But that's with anything. But, like, when it comes to this, I just feel like, you know, a few things are being hidden and kept away from us. Like, I don't know what the... And I don't want to misspeak, but, like, I don't know exactly what the end goal is here. Or what it's gonna be like once things go back to normal and we get back to our regular lives. Like, I'm just thinking about all the things that are gonna be affected by it. Like,
the economy.
The economy.
The economy.
We were talking about that, but like more specifically, movie theaters, and they're already plummeting.
The economy.
Yeah.
The economy.
Malls. I don't want to say this, but like people were saying, what about Disneyland, like Disney World and amusement parks? Like, are people gonna feel safe going back into?
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just like
10 or more. It's about 1,000 people there.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Are we gonna look at things the same way? Like,
I was wondering that too, honestly. Like, cause recently instead of shaking hands, like we dap your boy up, you right. It's usually a fist pump. People throw out their elbow. Some people be throwing out their foot. It's like, but also I think it's kind of cool that nonetheless we still want to be human and like communicate and touch, and like even with social media we've gotten clever with the way that we connect, like push-up challenges, shot challenges, you know, any way to that we can to be social since we're distancing or whatever the case may be.
You know, it's funny, I didn't even put the two together. Like, I just thought like, oh, you know, people are doing these challenges, it's just like the new thing. I didn't think like, oh no,
bored.
people are bored out of their minds and they're just looking for something to do. Like, man, TikTok.
How many people that made if you're a new TikTok user, leave a comment.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it.
I got one.
Do you?
I don't use it. I made like 2. But they kind of like, one is kind of funny. Whatever.
No, I think
know the username.
I think it's cool, and not to get too far away from coronavirus.
Oh yeah, it's true.
No, I definitely want to talk about this too. TikTok. I heard, and I'll cite my sources, The Breakfast Club. They were saying that like TikTok has some type of system, or like someone in the office is like making it so like people who appear poorer or unattractive, like they don't show up in the timeline as much. Like something to do with the analytics there, that like they use that to kind of determine
the algorithm.
And it's just interesting to me, just because I feel like a lot of the songs people are dancing to are hip hop songs, but a lot of people who are blowing up off of TikTok are not. Like, but that's just a side note. Just a side note. But yeah, TikTok.
True.
I think it's pretty fun. I think it's cool.
It's cool. It's too much for me though. It's too many options. It's just like I honestly don't even know what I want to do by the end of it all. Like I go on there to make one, and then I'm just like, wait. It's too much.
I haven't been on there to know. Like I've watched videos, but I've not tried to make a post, so I don't even know what that's like. But I just feel like I don't need another social media account. I don't need something else distracting me.
It's for the Gen Z.
I definitely agree. I agree. It looks weird when it's just like I don't want to see people our age, and this one is becoming like when I see it, I just like. Okay.
It's a little cringy.
It's a little cringy, but yeah.
But I also think too with TikTok, it's like a person who seeks validation's best friend, because you make a TikTok and automatically you got 1,000 views.
Really?
Sometimes, like I'm the one, like I made like 2. One of them got like 1,000 views or 2,000 or a lot that I shouldn't have.
Maybe you're just popping.
No, truly, it's no.
Okay. All right.
I feel like it's made to. I don't know. I don't think that many people are really engaging with those videos I posted, to be honest with you.
That's interesting. Yeah, so coronavirus. I'll be honest with you, like I'm not the most educated on it. I've been watching a lot of videos and reading a lot of things, but I try not to worry. Honestly, because what the hell are we gonna do? Like sit up here and worry every second about what's gonna happen no, I'm not gonna lie. If anything, I was scared about the looters, because we just live in a place where people are crazy anyway. So I don't want to think about people who are desperate.
I was thinking about the helicopters that be flying around. I'm like, I don't know if this is because of the corona or is this just a typical day in North Hollywood.
So yeah, I mean, don't listen to me when it comes to the coronavirus, but I personally think I already had it. And before you guys get to look at me crazy, a few weeks ago, actually on Valentine's Day, I was coming home from work, and all of a sudden it just felt like I couldn't breathe, and like I was having trouble. And then by the time I got home, I couldn't stand for a long period of time, so I was just feeling like, yeah, I went to go wash my dishes, and I found myself needing it, like, okay, like, oh shit. And so I laid down. I didn't think too much of it, you know. I was thinking like, oh, this kind of feels like bronchitis or something that'll pass. And then like days went by. Like I remember the second day I had a really bad headache. It was just like I just felt weaker than usual. And I feel like I'm a very strong-minded person, and I really am one who believes mind over matter. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna look. Corona. But no, seriously, I just felt like I'm gonna get past it. But no, this definitely felt like something different. And this was around the time I feel like coronavirus is getting a lot of buzz, so everybody was like hand sanitizer and you know, if you don't feel well, don't come to work and all types of craziness. So I don't know, I got past it. I'm okay. I don't know that it was coronavirus, but it just felt like it was, and it just felt like something that you don't need to experience, but when you do, you get over it. And I don't want to say you build an immunity, because I don't know much about this virus, and I don't know what the course of it is and how, if you can get it again once you've already had it. I don't know, but that's just my experience.
My mom said you can get it twice, but that once again with any virus, you can get it more than once.
Yeah.
But I do think if you got it once, you definitely built an immunity to it. Period. I mean, you fight somebody once, what you do the next time? I mean, what's up?
I just that's the accurate coming out, y'all. Sorry. No, but seriously. So I mean, I don't think people are wrong for panicking. I just think, like, you know, calm down and just think rationally though. Like, please don't. Like,
don't stop your whole life because you think you're gonna get the coronavirus.
Yeah. I mean, but again, I'm not a doctor or a scientist. Don't listen to me. Take what I say with a grain of salt. But just, you know, I just feel like don't let it stop you from living your life. And I don't think the world's ending. I don't think this is the end. I do think that it is a new beginning. I will say that. I think that this is something that we needed. The world kind of needed to stop for a second and just, you know, stay your ass in the house. So.
You know what? Yeah, appreciate it. And I'll second that. Yes, my mom came and visited, and the next day I had to work. I was on set, everything was fine, but it was a 2-day shoot. The next day I went to set, all the girls were like, yeah, I'm feeling a little sick today. Are you feeling like, what's going on? One of the girls were like, yeah, since last night I've been feeling a little, you know, ill. And then the person that checked us in was like, yeah, me too. And I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, you know, we making the jokes. Yeah, I hope it ain't the coronavirus. But anyway, 2 days later, literally that Saturday, I felt okay. And then that Sunday morning, woke up out of commission. My bones were hurting. I didn't want to get out of bed. I got in the shower for like 20 minutes, just standing there. Wasn't even washing up, just standing there. It was horrible. I was hot, I was cold, I was hot, I was cold. My throat was hurting. I didn't want to do nothing. And yeah, I think that was her. That was her.
That was the Rona.
But nonetheless, like she said, I got over it. It was like 2 days and I started to feel better. If I would have started feeling worse, then, you know, I would have, you know, thought it was a problem. But I started feeling better after a couple of days, so I was like, okay, what's whatever. And I ain't got health insurance, so and as a black man, I don't like to conspire, but I mean, I just don't trust doctors. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna go in for COVID-19, come out with COVID-20. Like they gonna be like, oh yeah, well he's okay, but we're gonna give him it. Like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm interested to see how this plays out though. Like everyone, I just want to know where we're going to be as a society and just as a country. It's not even just affecting America, apparently.
Yes, Italy, China.
Yeah, all of that. So I just want to see how we move on from this, how we move forward, and hopefully it's for the better. But I do have a few questions. Do you feel like the way that they responded to this was appropriate? Like the government, do you feel like they
I mean, I don't know. I think it's very exaggerated, and I think it's just a distraction. Honestly, to keep it 100, I truly just think it's the distraction. Just like you mentioned in the beginning, Ebola, swine flu, bird flu, H1N1. Why were these never like a factor? And all of a sudden, a coronavirus comes along and we scared shitless. Like, where did that come from? We were never scared when they said Ebola was taking people out. We were scared, but we weren't. They ain't shut nothing down. I was still at Kent State University at all.
Hand sanitizer wasn't flying off the damn shelves.
People wasn't throwing out elbows.
Like, I don't know. I think we should always take those type of precautions, but we don't. And so it just, at first, it was hard to take this seriously. Because it's just like, we've been there, done that. We'll get over it, and no one will be talking about it in the next month. And now it's all...
The next month comes around.
And then it's all that everyone's talking about. So, I don't know if...
you can't escape it, though. You go to the ATM, you check your email, your subscription, you check anything in COVID-19, Corona. I went on set a couple weeks ago and they made us sign a waiver saying that, have you had symptoms in the past week, past 2 days? Like, sign this form. I lied, but still.
Look.
I need this check.
Period. And that's another thing. I know, like, just in terms of how, like, jobs are handling it, LA has been shut down or supposedly on lockdown since Friday, and I hear that a few other states are following suit. So my sister confirmed that Kansas City is now shut down. I think her kids are out of school maybe for the rest of the year. Ohio is also on shutdown. It's just crazy to me. People are still out here though. Don't be fooled. But also, I mean, a lot of people are in the house. It's kind of like...
There's no traffic in LA.
And it's crazy. I got from Inglewood to North Hollywood in 25 minutes yesterday. I didn't even think that was possible. So I'm just saying, Corona...
You can get to the airport in no time.
I'm like, don't even worry about it. Like, yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It is.
It ain't never like that. I went down Hollywood the other day. And it was kind of scary, honestly, because there was nobody like it usually is, one. And usually the homeless folk were outpopulating those who are not homeless. So it was like, as well, it smelled like poop. I ain't want to say the S word, but it smelled like poop, and it was urine on the floor, and it was just like, dang.
Yeah.
What to expect?
You never know what to expect. You don't. But I will say this: everybody, please stay safe.
100%.
Let's be clean. Let's do things that we should have been doing, but it's okay. It's okay if some of us are just now getting hip. Wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer. You know, social distancing. I guess stay 6 feet away from people. We're already breaking the rule, but we both had it. we good. Let's just take care of each other and let's try to listen to the government as much as we can. Although I don't trust them. Okay, what are we gonna do?
Stay calm, guys.
Stay calm, most importantly. And I feel like if you have faith, like,
yeah, for real,
you're gonna be all right. If you ain't learned nothing else, you're gonna be all right. I do want to get into an equally as important matter, the election, which is coming up really soon. And I don't know about you, but I'm terrified. I really am. How do you think the coronavirus is going to affect the election?
Okay, well, I don't know too much about politics, but just from what I know, I would say that the coronavirus makes Trump look great because he got to give us money. So it's just like, hey, free money. At least that's how we feel about it. Although it's not free, guys. Anyway, and it also makes Bernie Sanders look good because it's like he's the one that wants to give us free health care. And just like I mentioned before, I thought I might have had something, but I ain't got health care, so I ain't gonna check nothing out. I was just like, well, if this is it, God,
that's how you gotta think.
Which is terrible when you think about it. I mean, thank God that I have a strong immune system, but you know, that's all I can say.
Right, and you're young and healthy.
I'm only 27. Like,
but the thing is, right? But you won't always be young and healthy. You eventually will get older, and so it's just those are one of the important things to think about, healthcare. But I do agree with you. I think that this is gonna make Trump look good. And to be honest, I hate to say this, but I feel like Trump has kind of already been kind of swaying voters in a way, just because our Democratic nominees aren't the strongest. But I do agree with you when you say it also makes Bernie Sanders look good, because he is what people call a socialist, and Trump giving us money is essentially what that is. Like, you know, I don't know exactly how to feel about it or how it'll work in either one of their favors, but
I think it's going to work in both their favors in different ways. I feel like there's nothing to expect. We ain't expect what we got the first election, so this one is just like,
yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. It's a lot.
We'll see. Have they chose between Biden and Bernie Sanders? Because I assume that they're both the strongest. Okay, because I was following that for a while, but then all the people that I liked, Elizabeth Warren and Buttigieg, they dropped. So it's like,
It's a cool name.
was his first name Pete or Joe?
Oh, okay. Buttigieg sounds cool.
Yeah, that's his last name.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Buttigieg is one name. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I was following that for a minute, but yeah, I don't know if they picked between them, and I'm not feeling too confident about either one of them. But in my personal opinion, and I'm not one to even, listen to when it comes to politics, I just feel like Bernie Sanders is a lot more genuine, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like, Joe Biden seems to be riding off of the wave of Obama. And I understand, but like at the same time, you got to give me more than that. Like, what are you gonna do for us?
I'm a cool dad.
Basically. And so yeah, I don't know, but I do think that it does make Trump look a little better, because I do see that he's responding.
And we demonize him a lot.
We do demonize him a lot, and so if he does send out those checks, we gonna cash them. We gonna spend them.
Speaking up, go ahead.
No.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Speaking of, we are definitely heading into a recession. Like, think about it. There's nowhere we're not. Businesses are shut down. Businesses aren't making money. We're not making money to pay these businesses to make more money, etc., etc., etc. Therefore, we are going into a deep, deep depression. So things are going down, but that's good because we only have up to go from here. Therefore, my people, please invest in real estate, invest in stocks, certificate of deposits that you can get at banks, Roth IRAs, which is a individual retirement account, etc. and etc. There are so many things you need to invest in, and take advantage of this slope that we're taking, because like I said, we only have up to go from here. And there's an app called Robinhood. Shantae's going to drop her link in the description, and you can download it and get a free stock. And yeah, free stock, free money. You can cash out at any time. Take advantage of this time, please.
Please. And Jordy has been telling me about like investing in stocks and stuff, and he's really well rounded and educated in stocks. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit him up.
I'm here to help.
He's here to help. And then I regretted not buying a stock when you were telling me about it, because Justin Bieber came up reportedly because he invested in like soap and stuff a few years back. I don't know exactly what soap or the details of that, but now that people are washing their hands, Justin Bieber is getting banked. So just think about that. Like, and yeah, it's a great way to save money, like earn money.
Because saving money does not help you. It doesn't appreciate fast enough. I think it's like 1% or less. I think it's like 0.25, something real low. But everything else, definitely a higher return on your investment. So yeah, for sure. But moving on, let's move on to something lighter, guys. I know you're tired of hearing about coronavirus, but let's talk about relationships. So I mean, it's something everybody wants in some shape, form, or fashion. Facts.
You want some type of connection with somebody. And so I think it's really important to talk about just kind of a few things relationships-wise. I don't know, we're going to cut that out. But I have a few topics that I want to talk about with you. I don't know exactly how to put this into a question. So it's something that I feel like both men and women do. We all say we want this type of person, this type of partner. If we could choose our ideal partner, they'd have this trait, this quality, that quality. And then we go after the complete opposite of that. Like, both men and women do this. I don't know if you guys do it, if you know someone who does it, but I feel like we've all been guilty of it in some way. But what do you think about that? Like, do you feel like you have a type?
I ain't got no type. No, just I would say yes and no. I have a type, but like, I mean, I think someone is attractive, but I wouldn't say that. Like, I'll talk to them and I'll instantly know that I'm not attracted to them, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, physical attraction for me is like not too much, and it's about how you can keep me entertained, I guess you could say. I like people who, you know, I'm always like, oh, what's next? Like, this is different, you know? But I don't know. I wouldn't say, I don't know, does that answer the question?
No, it definitely does. I feel like, you know, some people, they would start with physical traits. So I like that you didn't.
But I do. But I mean, I'm like, okay, you're cute. Walk up to you. Hey, what's going on? Okay, I actually don't like you. I don't like you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, attitude is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay. I definitely, I feel that. I feel like most people definitely have that physical thing that they're looking for. And if not physical, they say they want a type. So I know for girls, I'll speak for women, they say they want a good guy. I want him to be affectionate, loving, sweet, want to cuddle. But then you're going after drug dealers and thugs. So it's just like, do you really want that? Like, or when a guy gives them that type of attention. There are men out there who are like super sweet and sensitive and want to take you on dates and want to like show you off. But that's not the type of guy that you go for. You know, I've been guilty of that in the past, and I feel like everyone's been, you know, guilty of that to some degree, but like, I feel like women do it in that way. I see that a lot. So I don't know. And for guys, I feel like they say, oh, I want someone who's loyal and like someone who ain't always on the scene or like posting naked pictures on Instagram. I don't know. But then those, you know, like that's the girls
that's the ones they follow though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not like most guys though. I'm just different in general. Like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it just depends for real. Like, literally everything is case by case. Like, for me, I can't say I just look at somebody and I just be like, yo, I'm trying to, you know, get up in that. I can't say I do that.
Yeah, I guess my advice is if you find that you're running into the same problem with everyone you're dating, just kind of like evaluate the type of people you're going after, or like allowing in your space or allowing to pursue. Like, it's just like, okay, do these guys have the same job? You know, or like the same background? Is there a pattern, I guess? And the same with women. Like, if you're dating and you seem to be having the same issues with girls, just take a look at like what you're pursuing and the type of girls that you're chasing. But anywho, on to something somewhat like on the same playing field, but feminism, Me Too movement, I feel like those are things that we've been hearing a lot in the last few years. And I feel like we've made great strides, and like with Harvey Weinstein even getting sentenced, and that, like, that's a victory. I never wanted to seem like we're not making improvements. We are, but I do find that men today kind of find it hard to talk to women because they don't know what they can say and what they can't say, what's considered inappropriate, what's misogynist, like what's, you know, it's interesting to me. I was recently at work and I had a guy tell me, he was explaining something to me, something that I clearly did not know. Like, I didn't know. And he was explaining it to me, and after he got done, he was just like, did I just mansplain? And I'm like, I don't know if you guys know what mansplaining is, but I've been hearing that recently. And I'm like, no, I didn't know. You know, I didn't know. And he was just like, okay, because, you know, I just find that I never want to offend women. And I just thought it was interesting. And I've been hearing stuff like that a lot lately. Do you feel like, not that men are becoming the new victims, but maybe that, I don't know, the roles are reversing in a way?
I think women belong in the kitchen, personally. I'm just kidding. No,
get the hell out of my house.
But okay, I think that there needs to be some balance, as with everything, some moderation. Cause like I've been working over the weekend at UCLA or whatever, and one of the girls mentioned like that I don't mansplain. Basically, she was like, cause she kept asking me which one of the other guys actually mentioned. He was like, she's supposed to come to me, but she keeps coming to you for what? I don't know why. You don't know. And I'm just like, I don't know why she keeps coming to me. Anyway, but she was like, yeah, you don't mansplain it to me. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess that's a compliment. I don't know what that means. But I kind of get it. I guess sometimes guys who are like misogynistic per se might over-explain or explain in a way that seems demeaning to women, because it's like, you're explaining as if I'm dumb. Right. Like, I'm not stupid. I just tell me, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I guess I don't do that, and I think that's cool. But you said about feminism though, like men being the new victims. Definitely needs to be some balance though, because I feel like guys don't know what's okay or not okay. But it's hard to draw a line, because it's like if a guy says you're cute and you say thank you, is that an invitation to continue to dive? Or should you back off as a man? But it's like, that seems like an invitation, but you could just be being nice, saying thank you.
And usually that's really what it is. Like, you don't want to be rude. Someone gives you a compliment. You want to say thank you. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm interested. But, like, if you, I don't know. I had a conversation with this guy, too. And he was saying something along the lines of, like, women need to be more rude when they're turning down a guy. Like, they need to be more rude because men can't pick up hints easily. And it's like, I think I said something like, well, what if you say I have a boyfriend? And they're like, he said, you're saying like I have a boyfriend now. Yeah. Like, I still have a chance. And I'm like, that's not what I'm saying at all. It's like we're speaking two different languages. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't feel like there's...
I guess it's like you have a boyfriend, but you're responding. So at the same time, I mean, I can see what he's saying. It's like, in a sense, it's like, don't mix signals, I guess, at all. Like, I guess it's like either one or the other. For real. It's kind of, because it really is hard to discern.
Okay.
Because if you do say thank you, I mean, if you were a man, would you assume that thank you, like, oh, okay, thank you?
I feel like even as a woman, if I compliment a man and say you're okay.
Think about if you were a man and you say, hey beautiful, what's up with you? Oh, thank you. You're gonna be like, okay, she think, you know, she fucking with me. Like, but that might not be it, you know? It's hard.
I guess it is hard, and like women, it's like a part, like I feel like naturally you get a compliment, you like it. Like, you know, let's not act like you don't like receiving a compliment. So it is flattering, and it does make you feel good. Maybe at that moment you are being, no, I wouldn't say flirty, but like, thank you.
You were flattered, yeah.
You were flattered. I don't feel like that's, you should take that and make an assumption that like.
Okay.
But I mean, if you do.
Question though.
Okay. What
if the guy who said it is someone you think is like mad cute, and you do hope he died? What is it then?
I feel like.
See, I mean, it's like women.
Thank you. I don't know. Like, okay. So I'll say this then. Once I say thank you, your next, whatever you say, if you do try to pursue me, then at that point I should be clear. Like, oh, I'm not interested. I have a boyfriend. I feel like if I say I have a boyfriend, that's me letting you know I have someone that I respect, or I'm just not interested. But and that's me trying to be nice.
Can he fight?
But can he fight though?
And see, that's when it gets, it's just like, okay, you asked me that, like, I don't know.
Or just say that you don't care. Then it's just like,
some guys do get aggressive. They'll back you in the corner, like, You know, I don't know.
See, it's just hard though. It's really hard to discern because it's like if it is, like I just said, somebody that you do want to be diving, it's hard to be like, because it's like, where do you draw the line? I guess at the ugly people. If you ugly, don't dive. But how do you know you ugly? Like, until you make that, you don't know if she gonna think you ugly or not. So it's like it really is kind of like.
I'll say this: confidence like really can get you far. Sometimes women, even the baddest women, like. I feel like someone confident approaches them, they're just kind of like taken aback. It's like, I want to learn about you. Like, I'm interested to see
where this could go.
I feel like that's way better than just coming at someone aggressively.
Yeah. So men, don't be aggressive. Be.
I wouldn't say assertive, but just, you know, be chill. Like, be chill.
Be chill, man.
Approach me or any woman, like. I'm
mansplaining for you.
If you're not a 6'3" basketball player, don't just be diving.
That's what I'm hearing. that's what I'm hearing.
No, that's not.
If you're not a player, don't just be diving.
No, I feel like this. Like, there have been guys who I will have a whole conversation with you, and then like you'll ask for my number or something like that. I'll let you know. Okay, I have a boyfriend, and then most guys like they'll just say something like, "He's a lucky guy," or "That's nice," like something like that. So I just feel like. If you do get rejected, just take it as that. Like, but that doesn't mean don't try. Definitely try. Try with any girl that you're interested in. Try and like, she can either say yes or no. And if she says no, take that and just be like, okay.
The key is men treat women like humans and not like women. For real, for real. Because girls love me. Because I don't treat them like women. I treat them like humans. I don't go into it expecting anything, trying to get anything. I try to have a conversation. If they want to converse, I converse. If they don't, we don't. But I don't force it because I don't want anything from you. And then you know what? They end up talking to me. So it doesn't matter. I feel like she said, be chill, be yourself. First and foremost, don't lie. Because if she gonna give you some, she gonna give you some.
Like the guys who like to pull out money and stuff, that is so corny. I just want to say that. Like, there's been so many guys, they don't say anything. They just start pulling out a lot of money.
I feel like that's disrespectful.
Or they start talking, it is. Or they start talking about, like, just outlandish things that, like, where did this come from? Like, oh, yeah, this $50,000. Like, it's just like, whoa. It's so corny. Just be yourself.
Yeah, 100%, man. Be yourself. Treat women like humans and not like women.
Yeah. But I am proud of women making strides, and like just like with black people is we had to fight for our rights, and women, like, I don't want us to stop fighting, but at the same time I do want us to
appreciate being women. Honestly, women, you guys are fucking amazing. Like, y'all have children, y'all have monthly cycles that I don't want to deal with as a man. Like, I would hate if that happened to me every month. So kudos to you for dealing with that. Like, my heart goes out to you. You have to deal with men. You know. What else? Women are amazing. Why? How else? Like, why else?
Oh, I mean, honestly, just because.
Y'all have kids? I said that already, though.
But just the pressures that come with being a woman, like having to look a certain way, to feel appreciated or be treated a certain way. Like, men, don't just treat women nicely because you want something from them. Exactly. And if they don't serve you that, or if you feel like they don't meet your standards, then they're useless. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, we're, like Jordy said, we're humans, we're people. Like, just because we're women don't mean that we're objects. Mm-hmm. And so while we're on the topic of relationships, I did want to get into a more controversial topic, and it's not necessarily even controversial, but interracial dating. You and I talk about this a lot. Moving to Los Angeles, where there are like just a whole bunch of different ethnicities and races and nationalities and people coming from all around the world, you know, there are just so many more interracial relationships. And so, you know, Jordy has had a few experiences. I've had some of my own where maybe 2 weeks into living here, I had an Armenian girl ask me, she was like, do black women really get mad about like black men dating, you know, women who aren't black? And it was just like, I was taken aback just because it's just, you felt so comfortable asking me that. And so it's something that, is obviously common, or that she felt was common, and so she wanted to ask me. And I just wanted to hear what you had to say before I go into it.
My experience was a little bit different. It wasn't too bad, but basically my friend was just like, yeah, I heard black men don't like black girls. And I was like, like what? I was like, where you hear that at? He was just like, I mean, I don't know. That shit, most black guys, and like in the rap songs, they say they want a foreign girl and this, that, and the third. I was like, well, that's probably here in LA. But where I'm from, we actually clown those who don't like black girls. We be like, oh, okay, you like white girls, okay. Not saying that that's bad, because that's just, how we grew up, and that's how we just be like, okay, you that type. But, I'm just saying, we're just keeping it real. But nonetheless, I think, like you said, since there is so much more diversity out here, people have more options in general. So I don't think it's necessarily that black men don't like black girls at all, or white men don't like white girls, or Asians don't like Asians. I think people have options and they end up liking what they like, But I feel like when you paint a picture, like the media does, or like rappers make it seem like that's all that's available, foreign.
Yeah, I guess as a black woman, I kind of feel like I see it more that way. Like, I see that just to be true, that black men do tend to prefer women who maybe not even are foreign, but just who look less black. And that's just been my experience growing up in general. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. It's just the consistent bashing on the internet and allowing other people outside of the black race to see, that to be true. It just seems very disrespectful. And I feel like everyone has a preference. And that's okay, but I just don't see men who aren't black stating their preference all the time on social media. Like, I just never see white guys like, yeah,
I need me a black girl.
Or I need me a blonde girl or red. It's just like that never seems to come up because it just doesn't have to. It's
also trendy too. Like I said, rappers talk about it. So it makes it seem like, this is popular, this is cool, this is what I need.
Yeah, it does, and I think that speaks to a whole different problem. That's just way deeper.
I think rap music is the problem, honestly. I love rap music, I ain't gonna cap, but I do think music molds the culture. And before it was R&B was a thing, we loved R&B. And you see what's happened, we was popping our babies left and right. We was so in love. Now we got this rap. Everybody would talk about fucking this bitch. This nigga, I'ma take his bitch. I'ma fuck on this bitch's nigga. That's what people talk about now. Sorry to cut so much in one
be
city,
real.
But that's what the lyrics are. So that's what people think is cool. I'm trying to. Why would you ever want to steal somebody's girlfriend? That's disrespect. Like, why would you want to do that? If it happens, okay, but you shouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It does seem like it's trendy because, at one point when you would look at music videos, you'd see nothing but black women. And black women of all shades.
Facts, I guess you're
like,
right.
when I look at 90s videos, it's so much different. It's just like, damn, y'all really had nothing but sisters, nothing but black women. And then it's just like, it became one day that you see a black girl, and it's like, oh, okay, there we go. Like, it's just different. But
I just want to say, I love being black. I love my hair. I love my skin. I love Shantae's hair. It's lit. I don't care. We the culture.
We the culture. And I want black people to realize that we supposedly make up 13% of the United States, and somehow we have so much influence over what's cool, what to wear, what to listen to. So much so that half of these rap concerts, it's nothing but white people in the audience. It's crazy. And
that's another thing. We need to support each other more. We're going to support each other more, actually, because that's what we need to do. We can't be, somebody invites you to something, you got to pay for it because you spend $10-$20 on weed a day, so what's the problem? So we're going to start supporting each other.
Yeah, I agree. And in terms of just how black men and black women communicate, there's a lot of hurt there. I feel like over the years, just with everything that we've been through as a culture alone. Slavery, segregation, the crack era, like all of that, all like set out to destroy us. Destroy us, and that's all they want is for us to divide, and that's why it hurts me to see just that tension between black women and black men. There doesn't need to be that. Like, doesn't need to be that. If you want to date a woman who's not black, that's fine, but you don't have to say that on the internet to stir up. I feel like most of the time it's just to get a reaction. And black women, we gotta stop falling into that. We really do. Like, if you see that type of shit on your timeline, don't respond, don't react, don't give them your attention, don't follow or don't fall into it. Because there's no need.
He's not good for you, just leave him alone.
Black
you know.
We have to do better with that too. We got to choose better.
If you was looking for a message, that was it.
But on to something a little different. I've been seeing recently just a lot of people, men in general, dressing up in women's attire. And to me, we saw that growing up in the 90s. You saw Big Mama's House, you know, Tyler Perry with Medea. It was funny. Like, it really was. They were acting. It was hilarious. They're playing these old women, and we know they're men, but, you know, they're able to play these characters. But nowadays, it seems like it's just trendy. Like, not in order for a black man to come up, but it just seems like an easy way for black men to come up is by dressing like women and imitating them and things like that. I personally don't have a problem with it, but, you know, people seem to on the internet. So with, like, Lil Yachty's song, Boper, I think it's called, which I think is really cool. I think the song is cool. The video was a little long for me, dragged a little bit, but you know, it was cool. And I think it's a good way to pay homage to Oprah. I don't know how other people took it, but I think so. Like, but with that, a lot of controversy came with just like, why is he dressed up as a woman? And then Lil Pump recently, he posted a picture with like a purse, and he's like posing in a very feminine type of way, which I don't understand that, but it's just Gen Z, like their way of expressing themselves and bringing traffic to their Instagrams, whatever. But I heard for the first time the phrase homosexual appropriation. And I just want to know your thoughts on that. Like, what do you think about that?
I definitely think it's a thing. I mentioned this to Shantae, not that because I didn't know that was even a thing, but I mentioned to Shantae like a while ago about how in June all the companies all of a sudden start sending Pride this, Pride that, 25% off, 10% off for Pride this. But it's like, it's disingenuous. It's like they're just doing it just to get money, and it's very clear. But you know, at the end of the day, it's kind of like cultural appropriation of the black culture. You know, like people appropriate, and they're appropriating the gay culture.
Because it is really popular right now. I mean, I hate to say that because, I mean, just like black people, and I even hate to say that, and it's not affirmative action necessarily, but it's just that this thing is hot, and these people have been disenfranchised, and so it's easy to make them the face or like imitate it and just have
and
people,
they'll love it,
and they'll love it, and it'll be the next best thing. But it's just like there are people who truly have to fight to be themselves, or you know, like walk around freely and do that. So I don't know, like I feel a little mixed emotions about it. Like people, like guys who I guess we assume are straight. I'm assuming Lil Pump is straight. You know, you never know, and not to say that they are. I have no idea, but I'm just saying when you dress like that or you're doing those things, it's just like people assume. I don't feel like you should use those things for traction or like traffic to your page.
I do think dressing as a woman is okay in not in moderation, but when necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're acting like Medea or something serious, or you're portraying a character, I definitely think it was something popular for a while that a lot of people were doing. But I mean, I don't see that too bad. I don't know.
I guess just don't do it for monetary gain with it like that in mind. Like,
yeah. Well, I don't know, cause I mean, Because what would we say if it was a woman impersonating a man? Would we be so like...
How many people want to see that?
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, would we be so invested in it? You know?
That's true.
But I think since we, like we've said before, like we see men, or we put men in such a masculine, like they always have to be tough, or I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Like
but,
they have to be hard, or like
men can't play around and be like, look, bitch, you know, they just playing, you know, like, or what if he's impersonating Megan Thee Stallion? Can he be like, you know, without it being like gay? He's just being funny, you know. What if he was just being silly? And somebody took a picture and he posted it because he don't give it, you know.
Maybe that could be a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have any idea, but I just feel like I don't know.
It's another thing that's I feel like is a thin line, because that's definitely something I got made fun of for a lot when I was growing up, just for being myself. Like everybody just assumed I was gay, and that shit was annoying. Like, I can't be myself without people just all up in my face. Like, can I be myself? Can I grow into myself before you start assuming and claiming who I am? Like, you don't know me. Period. So, yeah. I don't know.
No, I agree. Like, I didn't look at the picture and say he's gay.
Yeah.
That was not my assumption. It was just kind of like, you know, I didn't even think of homosexual appropriation. I just thought it was weird. Like, I just was like, wow, okay. And that's the labeling, but I assume it could be a thing.
Yeah. I think appropriation in general, I feel like you might as well say, like, because, and I feel like even, no, I ain't. Look, don't open
that can of worms, bro. You don't want to do that. You don't want to.
But nonetheless, yeah, like people appropriate, like even me and Twisted. Is that wrong per se? I guess because I'm Chinese, I got on that, you know.
But isn't that the joke? That you're.
Isn't that even worse? That I'm joking, you know.
Well, you don't know that, but that's the joke in the scene. I don't know, like.
I have it on the whole movie.
Well, yeah, it did.
But anyway, nonetheless, yeah.
Well,
thin line.
All right. It's almost time for us to go, but I did want to say, do you have any suggestions for what people should do while we're all in quarantine?
Get together in groups of 9. You know, and have fun. You know, I feel like all this social distancing is unnecessary, and I hate isolation. I hate being alone. I love people. I like being social, and I feel like it's just inhumane. Yeah, you know, it's just inhumane. I feel like for us to be so apart, you know, and it's not that big a deal, y'all. You see, we still here, talking it. So,
and we both had coronavirus.
We're fine, guys, so don't worry about it.
You'll be fine.
Just be positive,
You'll be fine.
Stay prayed up.
But thank you guys so much for watching. If you could please like, subscribe, and comment. And be sure to tune in next time for the next episode of TaeTalkTV. Bye, y'all.